Hey guys, welcome to the Rat Grind channel. Sorry I wasn't able to record a video last night, but I did record a video in the morning yesterday because like I said, I was working late. I was heading to a photo shoot for my work, and then I had to attend a meeting afterwards. And today I was back at a photo shoot in West Hollywood, so I got home late again. But I'm pretty excited because like I mentioned on my last video, that Ethereum broke the resistance and it's on the way up, and now Bitcoin is pretty much doing the same. So we'll go through that a little bit, but I just want to welcome you guys. If you're a regular listener or watcher, welcome to the Rat Grind. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, my passion, and the community here at Rat Grind. To those of you that are new to this community and the first time listeners or watchers, please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell below, and comment and give us your feedback. Give me your feedback so I can make this channel better for you guys. The whole goal of this channel is to document my journey, to make the most out of my journey out of the rat race, and also to collaborate with all of you who have different ideas. I do stock investing, I do crypto investments, startups. I also do trading in cryptocurrency. I also do e-commerce. I freelance on the side and I work full time. So I'm all in on the rat grind. And I have 3 kids. I have a big family. So I'm all about, providing the best life I can for them, but at the same time working really hard to make the most out of my time and make it as productive as possible. So that's the goal of the channel. So if you agree to that, if that's that aligns with your ethos, with your values, and what you want to accomplish, my goal is to be able to build wealth, generational wealth for me and my family, so that my kids and their kids hopefully will be able to be financially free enough to be able to have the freedom to have the choice. I don't want to be lazy. I don't want my kids to be lazy. I don't want their kids to be lazy. But at the same time, we want to be able to have the choice to pursue the things that we love the most. But of course, at the same time, we want to be able to hone in on our work and get good at something, not just keep following our passions and amount to nothing, because we keep dabbling on multiple different things and we don't really consistently do one thing. So for me, I keep a full-time job. I've started companies. I've started my own business. I've fired people. I've lost a business. I've gone through a lot in my life. So I just want to be able to put that all together and be able to share that with you so you can learn from me and learn from my journey and the things that I'm learning and applying on a day-to-day basis that hopefully we can be able to collaborate on. So that's what this channel is all about. So the first thing I want to be able to do is talk about, normally I talk about Robinhood and my stock investing. Just a quick update on that. I'm still holding on to the position that I was holding. The Bear Gold Junior Miners ETF that I was holding went down a little bit. So I haven't been able to sell it. So I had to keep it over the weekend. I wasn't able to watch the market because I was really, really busy, for my work. And so I wasn't able to do that trade. So I'm just going to hold on to that and swing trade that, maybe sell that on Monday and see how the gains for that is. But I'm down a bit, like I think $3 or so on my Robinhood account. So I'll keep you guys posted on that on Monday. So for today, I just wanted to give you guys, I want to talk about cryptocurrencies a little bit because I think, we've been watching this chart together that I plotted. As you can see, forgive me for my voice. I have a cough, so my throat is really dry. So please forgive me. As you can see, when we drew out this chart, soon after I started this channel, I've been watching this, doing some basic technical analysis on the support and the resistance. Like I told you guys, I think when we started this line, it was down here, or down here, and then it hit a resistance here and bounced down, and then continue to go up. But right now, it's been since yesterday, it's been trading within that resistance line. It keeps bouncing up and down. Let's look at the 1 hour chart here. So as you can see, it formed a new. Went down here. There was a big channel that was here, the big one right here, and so it dropped to that sometime, I think, end of last week, and then it created a new channel and it broke off. It bounced on this on the support line, like I said, there's a good support level right here, and then it bounced off of that, and it went and it's created a new channel, a smaller channel that it's been consolidating on, but it's been consolidating on here, so it's forming higher lows, as you can see, and it's hitting this resistance level right here. If we're able to break through this 10,000 point, then I think the next level would be around the 11,000. And then if we break through the 11,000, there's quite a bit of resistance on the 12,000. The last time it tested that, I think it was February when it last tested that, and it broke, and that's when it went to lows, really low dip. So, but right now I think there's a lot of favorable news about cryptocurrency, and a lot of institutions, like I was discussing in previous videos, are getting in on it. I think on the last video I talked about Goldman Sachs opening their own OTC trading for Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. OTC means over the counter. So what they want to do is they want to be able to buy or sell cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, and all those, without having to affect the market. Because as you can imagine, if a big institution puts in, I don't know, $100 billion into an asset, what's gonna happen is it's definitely gonna shoot up, because it's gonna create a notion of so much demand for this particular asset class that it's gonna push the price up. And if they want to sell, when it reaches that top, it's gonna bottom out. So it's gonna affect their investments too. So they're trying to protect their investments. So with them being responsible about how they get in or out of the cryptocurrencies, and Bitcoin in particular, that tells you how the space is maturing for the better, right? So right now, maybe by tonight, maybe, or this weekend, it's Friday here in the U.S. It's about 11:37 in the evening on Friday. We're like I said, we're trading on this resistance section right here that I drew out, this like pink reddish bar right here. So we need to be able to break through that. I put the last resistance up until 10,000. It looks like we're doing that. We're going to do that. It's hitting some resistance, but it keeps bouncing and trading within this 15-day EMA line. And I think if that continues, as you can imagine, this is continually trajecting up. So we'll see how all that works. Sorry about that, guys. So we're looking forward to really hitting that 10,000 for this weekend. So if there's something that happens over the weekend, I'm sure I'm gonna get in. I have another work photo shoot on Sunday, so I'm gonna try to see if I can record a video over the weekend. I'll try not to, because this is my family time. It's my time to do my trades, to catch up on things, and to learn new things, because this is not the only thing that I'm doing. Some of the things that I do, web development, web design, e-commerce and stuff like that, I don't really document here, because those are a little bit more, there's so much stuff going on there that it's hard to really document on a video. So maybe I can put out some video content on how to do some of those later on. But right now I just wanted to concentrate on this, because it's something that I feel you guys could be able to follow me and keep me accountable as well. So I'm going to try to record a video this weekend. If something breaks off, if we do break off that, or we drop down, then I'm going to record a video, just give you some of the things that I'm seeing, some of the news that I'm seeing over the space, and we'll see how that all works out. Ethereum is the same thing. Ethereum broke through that resistance line. I think like I said, on my previous video, I said it broke resistance, because it did, and it's trying to go up to 850. I think if it can hit 850, we can definitely hit 900. And if it breaks through 900, 1,000, and if it breaks through 1,000, then it's we can jump 2 steps, about 1,200. So the all-time high of Ethereum is about $1,500 or so. So I mean, this is really good for those of you that are holding Ethereum, that really believe in the project, like myself. Majority of my long-term holdings are in Ethereum. And then Bitcoin is second, and then I have a lot of different altcoins that I'm holding for the long term. I do some trading, but they're very minimal. Majority of the bulk of my long term holdings are on the coins that I really believe in. So I'll keep you guys updated on the progress of that. But it's been doing well. But my trading is sort of doing bad a little bit because of the Ethereum and Bitcoin pushing up. A lot of the people have been dumping the altcoins and moving into Ethereum or Bitcoin. So a lot of my Ethereum and Bitcoin pairs have sort of tapered off, and they can't move up because Ethereum and Bitcoin are just moving so rapidly. And so they're sort of getting left behind. So I have to wait for them to be able to catch up a little bit, and for the Ethereum price and Bitcoin price to stabilize again, like it did around in this area. It's stayed right here for a little bit of time, stayed right here for a little bit of time. So we want to be able to see, we want to slowly grow. We don't want like just a straight up line, right? We want to grow a little bit like we are now and consolidate a little bit and then grow again. Because when it's consolidating, but both Bitcoin, Ethereum, and any other cryptocurrencies, it means the market and the players, the buyers, the bulls and the bears are sort of fighting for position. They're trying to agree on what the price should be. So as long as they can be able to win, the bulls are able to win that they agree, you know what? The prices should be higher, then it's going to continue up. But when it just goes all the way up, majority of the time, it's going to crash. Like it did last time in end of December, right? When it hit all-time highs for pretty much the whole market, and then it took a 70% dive. So we don't want that to happen. So we want to go up, consolidate, pop back down a little bit when it hits that, but we want it to hit some EMA lines, some SMA lines, the moving average lines, and then bounce back up or hit those resistance and bounce back up. So I think that we're really in really, really good shape right now. Like I said, when I got into cryptocurrencies, it was during the bad time. When I started learning about this late last year, and then I studied the technology behind it before I even put a dollar in it. I tried to understand what the technology was, because I don't like investing in things that I don't understand. I come from the .com space, web development, and I've seen those companies come and go. So it doesn't mean that something is volatile or there's a lot of uncertainty in the market that it's not worth your time or worth investing. I think if you don't want to put in the homework, if you just want to invest in things that are a little bit easier, maybe this or industry may not yet be for you, because it is still a little bit volatile, and you do have to do your homework to be able to be successful in this space. I can personally say that I'm not uber successful. I'm not a crypto millionaire or anything, but I've made some good decisions because of the decisions based on the stuff that I've learned all on my own. Of course, there's a lot of YouTubers out there that put out a lot of content. I don't like to follow them, like, because you do create some biases when you're looking for some confirmation. Like, for example, I have a feeling that Ethereum is going to pop back up, and I listen to somebody that says it's not, then it sort of contradicts my biases, and I don't like those videos. So inherently, psychologically, we have those biases. So you sort of have to stay away from them a little bit. But I think when you're just starting out, watching channels such as like mine and other ones, there's a lot of great ones out there. Watching their channels and seeing how they think, what cryptocurrencies or what stocks they found value in, so you can get started, but don't put all your money. When I started here, I put $50. After $50, I traded at, made a mistake. I'm still holding to that first $50. Put it another $100, another $100 here, and I slowly grew my position. I dollar cost averaged my position, so I was buying as it was going down, and I was buying as it was going up again, right? So I get to buy in the middle price because I consistently buy at dollar cost average. So in this space, that's what you want to do. If you have like $100 to spend, don't buy all $100. You buy $10, and then next week buy another $10. Next week you buy another $10, and then following week buy another $10 until you've exhausted all your $100. Or you could do 20, 20, 20, 20, or 50, 50, whatever the case may be. Don't jump it all in one. Yes, if it's going up, then you say, oh, well, I'm getting it more expensive, but you don't know that. No one knows exactly where the price is going to go, so you can't say that that's going to happen, guys. So be safe, dollar cost average your entries into anything. I think even if you're investing in stocks or here or whatever the case may be, try to spread your wealth and not put it all in one time. Right? That's pretty much it about those two coins. A lot of the coins are green overall right now. Let's look at coin market cap. As you can see, I'll show you guys so that you guys can understand what I'm talking about. So as you can see, when we're looking at the USD value, right, most of the cryptocurrencies are green, right? There's some that took a little bit of a dip, they took a little bit of a haircut because like Ontology, it was pumping like crazy, right? We made some gains on that. Let me see EOS. Where's the EOS? Oh, EOS is still up. Litecoin, there was some news that I believe Charlie Lee was supposedly leaving the project to aid in its more decentralization. So I think that's probably why it's going up. Cardano partnered with the Ministry of Finance, I think, from Ethiopia. I just briefly saw it. I was taking my lunch today, the news. So I think that's maybe it. But as you can see, it's just a little bit of an increase, right? But a lot of these altcoins, except for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, you can buy from USD. You can buy your fiat currency into it. But a lot of the other ones, like the EOS, Cardano, Stellar Lumens, IOTA, Tron, Neo, Dash, all these other ones, you have to have either USDT, which is Tether, which is closed right now. You can't get in on it, but you would have to have Bitcoin or Ethereum. So those would be your trading pairs, right? I'll show you why I say that my cryptocurrency trading, my Ethereum pairs are doing really bad. See, if you can see, a lot of them are down, right? And the ones that are green are really small. See, a lot of them are down. See, look at Nano. It's down 11. I'm holding quite a bit of Nano. So it's down 11% on the Ethereum pair. But if you look at the USD pair, Nano itself, let's look at Nano. See, Nano, it's only down 8.41%. Although it's down in both places, it's more down on Ethereum because that's the cryptocurrency, the Ethereum is going up, so people are dumping their Nano and going back to Ethereum because they think they're gonna get more gains that way. So some people are taking losses just to be able to jump. Let's see BTC pairing. So BTC pairing is not as bad, but there's still a lot of red on it. So it's gonna catch up. That's what usually happens. So we'll see how that all works out. Sorry about that, guys. So let's just get to some news real quick. All right. So Richard Branson speaks out against fake Bitcoin stories and scam. This is from Bitcoin.com. Remember, I talked about this the other day. Bitcoin.com is Bitcoin Cash. Okay, they promote Bitcoin Cash, not Bitcoin. And Bitcoin.org is the website for Bitcoin, the main one. Okay, just to keep that clear for everybody, because there's a lot of people. Basically, there's a lot of people using Richard Branson's name on Bitcoin related stuff, scams and stuff like that. So he's basically just talking about, read up this article, but he's talking about being vigilant about all these scams that are potentially trying to take you for your money. A lot of these, like in Twitter, for example, you see like, oh, send me 5 Ethereum and I'm going to send you like 10 Ethereum or something like that. And they use people's name. So a lot of the big guns in the crypto world put like, I'm not giving away crypto. I'm not giving away Ethereum. Vitalik Buterin is one of them because of the fact that there's a lot of people that are trying to scam. And when you see them, they have so many other fake accounts that go ahead and say, oh, thank you so much for giving me that gift. You're really nice and blah, blah, blah. And you got these ton of people that are just saying like, oh, I gave them 1 Ethereum and they gave me 10 back. So please don't fall. No one's gonna give you that crypto here. You can probably get a faucet, like a drip faucet that you earn like, you get from ads. Basically, you go to those, people start it up, and excuse me, that's also a form of making money here. You set up your own faucet. Basically, you sell ad space on there. So people go in there, click a random number, and then they just win some random minimal coin. So that does exist, but not in a large scale. You know, that's not even worth it. It's gonna take you so much time to be able to earn anything there that it's insane. So that's just basically it. You know, he's trying to warn people to stay away and be safe, right? I talked about that many times. Be safe here. A lot of people are trying to take advantage. You don't want to be taken advantage, because if you're one of the people that are taken advantage of, then you know that's gonna suck. That's gonna really suck, and then you're gonna think that, hey, this whole space is just all scam, and it ain't. You know, I hear people all the time, I'm not touching that crypto stuff. That's just for, you know, for crazy people. Like, you're like super risky. You know, like I said, it's not. If you know what you're doing, if you know you're not getting into scams, then in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, don't take it as financial advice. Like I always say, I'm not a financial advisor and licensed in any way, so don't take my word for it. But from my experience, if you understand the cryptocurrency, the coins that you're investing in, that you're buying, that you're trading, you know, the technology, you believe in the team that is working it, then you have a little bit more reassurance on your own self that this project is worth investing in, right? So just keep that in mind, guys, and be safe. So the other news I want to talk about is Price Water Cooper. It's one of the big four audit financial firms. Invest and bought a stake in VeChain. Excuse me, and they will use VeChain as part of their service. So that's really big news for a big financial auditing firm. One of the big fours in the entire world is investing in VeChain, which is a really promising project. That is really good. So read up on this news, guys. I think VeChain hasn't popped yet. Sometimes these news do take hours to take effect, or you know, people just don't buy the hype as much as they used to. But I mean, it just tells you that there's validation in this project, because PwC, they're not just gonna throw money away. They're an auditing firm. You know, they know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing. So, you know, that's just a very bullish sign for VeChain as a project. So read up on that. The other thing that I wanted to share with you guys is MasterCard is blaming cryptocurrencies for the slight drop in first quarter growth. So basically, what they're saying is, for a time, you could use your credit cards to buy cryptocurrencies. You still can here in the United States. I'm not sure in any other countries, but they will charge you a cash advance fee. Unlike before, they just use it as a charge. So now they're going to charge you a cash advance fee. So the interest rates are always higher, and there's different credit limits that are different credit limits associated with that. So, and that's why the volume of MasterCard transactions dropped in the first quarter. But think about it. If the purchases of cryptocurrencies were responsible for the increase of MasterCard transactions anyway in the first place, then that's crazy, right? Because it means that that's how many people actually are invested in cryptocurrencies. So that's a very interesting article on CNBC about this. So, you know, let me just read the second quote here. The CEO of MasterCard, AJ Banga, said, "As you can see, right now there's little less interest than there was in the latter part of the fourth quarter and the first quarter." So he's basically saying that interest in cryptocurrencies is down compared to the fourth quarter of last year. But that's just because, you know, a lot of people lost money, right? They FOMO. Some people, I don't know, were crazy, sold their houses and stuff like that, and bought Bitcoin at 20,000, and they lost everything, right? And they sold when it was 7,000 because they panicked. So, you know, don't put money in anything that you cannot afford to lose, guys. So just please keep that in mind. Don't put your house, don't put your kids' education, your retirement fund on anything that you're not sure about. Just because other people invest in it, just because people make money from it, doesn't mean that you will too. I'm sorry about that, guys. My cough just doesn't want to go away. So that's some news. Another one that I wanted to share with you guys was I read this from the New York Times. They were saying that should the federal government create FEDCOIN to rival Bitcoin, and there's a former federal bank director that says maybe they should. So, he said if the cryptocurrency and blockchain technology really are the future of money, the world central bank need to get involved. That's one of the former Fed governor, what he argues, right? So, I think, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, because they already know they've seen that this ain't going away. This is not gonna go anywhere. So if you can't beat them, join them, right? Let me just get a little bit of water, guys. The weather here, the weather here in Southern California is really bad right now. It was really cold and raining last couple of days, and today it was over like shoot, it was like 96 degrees or something, and the air is so dry. It's like, and it doesn't help for somebody that has a cold and has a little bit of cough. It doesn't help. So, but that's the perks of living in Southern California, I guess. All right. So read up on that article. That's very interesting. That the federal government, the former Fed governor, is saying that if we can't beat them, join them. Right. That's pretty interesting. Um, this is another news from Goldman Sachs on Bitcoin. Says they said that venture capitalists say that because of what Goldman did, Goldman Sachs did, they opened up over the counter trading, that other Wall Street banks are going to follow. So that's really, really good bullish signs about cryptocurrency, right, guys? I think there's a lot of potential and a lot of good news coming out of cryptocurrencies at the same time. This seems like a little bit ironic. Just a couple months ago, January, February, March, when I got into the space, really, like, seriously, there was so much bad news going on. So to be sorry, to hear all these good news coming out right now from billionaires buying in, institutions, governments, former Fed governors saying that, hey, let's do this, let's join. And a big four audit firm is saying, you know what, we're going to buy a stake in one of the cryptocurrencies. If those aren't bullish signs, I don't know what are, right? I think for me, I have a little bit of a stronger stomach for compared to some that are also new like me, that got in a little bit, just a little bit, maybe just a couple weeks before me, right? Because when I got into cryptocurrencies, when I started believing in this space, that's when I was going down, right? And I really understood, when I understood the technology behind cryptocurrencies, blockchain and Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these amazing projects, you can't help but wonder how good the world will be once all these projects actually materialize. Now, like I said, and a lot of people say, there's a lot of scams in this space. There's people trying to take you for your money, right? They're trying to take your money away, your hard-earned money. That's just like in any space. right? If you've watched Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort, he's a big time fodder, right? He doesn't like, he says Bitcoin, cryptocurrency is a scam. He's never gonna buy into it and all that crap. That's great for him. But he went to jail, but he's still a multimillionaire, right? But how did he become a multimillionaire? By, I'm sorry, but by scamming people out of their money. And for him to say that this is a scam, so he's basically saying, well, it takes a scammer to know a scam. I mean, I have a lot of respect for him. I love the story. I love the book. I love how he's been able to evolve his brand, his life, he does like talks now and all that stuff. That's all great, right? But sometimes when people don't understand something, they crap on it, right? But if they just, like Tai Lopez, for example, there's a lot of shit that is being talked about by Tai Lopez. I think his 67 steps to success is kind of weird. Like, I don't want 67 steps, right? But hey, to some people it works. For him, it works. I'm not saying it's wrong. To me, it's just weird. You're like, why do I need 67 steps? Why don't you give me like 10 steps? But maybe because it does take 67 steps, right? Because you have to break it down piece by piece, little by little, so that you could be able to chew on it, right? But a lot of people are saying, oh, he's a scam. His house is fake. His car is fake. He just rented that and stuff like that. No, Tai Lopez, you may or may not like him, but he's successful. And he comes from the internet marketing space. He knew that when he recorded that video, whether he had enough money to buy that Lambo or not, it doesn't matter. He bought it. And a lot of people, believed in him and made a business. He was able to grow and make a business out of it. So I think a lot of people, when they don't understand something, they just crap on it. But, once they do, they're going to say, oh, you know what? I should have gotten in when I gotten in. When Bitcoin was like 5,000, they say, oh, it's not going to go up. Right? And then when it went up to 20,000, oh, it's too expensive now. I can't afford it. And then it dropped back down to 6,000 again, and they say, oh, it's a scam. It's never going to go back up. Hey, you said it was a scam when it was 5,000, and then it went to 20,000, and you said it was too expensive. It went back down to 6,000 when you can afford it now, again, and you say this is nothing but a scam. And now it's 10,000. I bet you they're saying like, oh, I should have bought it when it was 6,000. Come on, just study the technology. If you don't believe it, get the hell away. Just don't be in the space. You don't have to. No one is forcing anybody to get in on this space, right? Just like nobody forced anybody to get on the internet, to believe in a Yahoo, believe in a Google, believe in an Amazon, believe in a Facebook. Nobody said that. Nobody asked you. Nobody asked anybody to believe in any of that. But they're here.